So earlier today, I'm at the mall. And I have this great conversation with this dude who runs a store. And this dude runs a store where he sells expensive things. And I got into a good conversation about one of those expensive things with this dude. And we got to talking about life, and I shared with him that I had quit drinking in September of last year. And that led to a good series of conversations, as he is currently still dealing with some of those same demons that I have dealt with that don't go away. You just learn the tools to tell them to shut the F up. But he asked a question that has bothered me since I talked to him, and I wish that I could change my answer. He asked me, how do you know when you're at rock bottom? What was that moment for you? And I did tell him the moment that I realized I was at rock bottom and what it entailed and what led to that. But the more I thought about it since then, I wish that I'd answered a little differently, because the truth is, my quote-unquote rock bottom and your quote-unquote rock bottom will never look anything near similar. Because my experience in this world is different than yours. It's that simple. There are roughly 8 billion points of view, and I am simply one of them. So I guess C.S. Lewis is probably the rightest when he talks about how the most progressive person isn't the person who forages this new path, but the most progressive person is the person who realizes they're on the wrong path and turns around. And so the question, when did you hit rock bottom? For me, it has to do with people in my life who normally communicated with me who no longer were. And a realization about the fact that that was my fault, and there was more than one of them, and they were really, really close to me. And that bothered me enough to change. Didn't set this up, but the bell never really dings until you're ready to change for yourself. I worked for a number of years in mental health and detox while I was in active addiction. And I really thought I had the system beat because I knew all the answers and was still holding it together. Which, side note, the worst kind of addict is a quote-unquote functioning addict. If you can hold a job and an addiction, you're way more screwed than someone who can't, because you won't figure it out for longer. So what is rock bottom? Rock bottom is realizing I don't like where I am, and it's my fault, and I need to change it, even if it's just for me. Until that happens, you're not at rock bottom.